So I'm in pyjama. So I have this few t-shirt that is from BTC Azores. It was a great event about Bitcoin. Only 100%, only like crème de la crème of Bitcoin. And my glasses always.
So I wanted to wear a pink top just for you.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, tell me about Bitcoin because I feel like you're deep into Bitcoin, right?
I used to say I'm a Bit-Ethereum maximalist. Like, for me, Ethereum is also very, very important. And like, it's not my second best. Both are very important for me. Bitcoin for me, it's a payment system, and it is what can change the world economy. And it has so much revolutionary elements in it that we may use. And I was hoping for a long time that if we had better access to Bitcoin in general, it can save a lot of lives and change lives. And I still believe in that. It's just that it seems that there are more obstacles for that. And Ethereum also because of the decentralized internet. And the reason why I was at those kind of events is because I'm trying, even if I'm working for crypto projects and everything, I'm trying to still look at Bitcoin and not forget why I'm here and what are the first convictions that I had and that I still have about Bitcoin being something so magical. Like, it's not a startup, it's decentralized, and it's like we can pay each other without a third party. Like, it's pretty, like, for me it's so beautiful. So yeah, I am still always very interested in whatever Bitcoin can do and how I can use it also to get more freedom.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting what you say because I feel like for some people, they feel like Ethereum is failing people.
No, I disagree. That's why I'm a bit Ethereum maximalist. I totally disagree. Bitcoin can't do what we are doing on Ethereum. That's why I follow a lot also the Starknet team, because Starknet, they are trying to do what they are doing with Ethereum. Not exactly the same, but they are trying to interact with Bitcoin and to offer a possibility, thanks to ZK, to be able to have more things relying on Bitcoin, like apps, smart contracts, everything. But at the moment, Starknet succeed in that. Maybe Ethereum will fail. Maybe, because yeah, it can change everything. But for the moment, we can't do a lot of things with Bitcoin. It's fine. Like, it's there. Like, Bitcoin can have its own role as a payment system. And Ethereum is for applications. I'm fine with this role repartition. And yeah, but it can change the day Starknet succeed in building something with Bitcoin, clearly, or another ZK project. But for the moment, they are talking about that, so I talk about them. But no, Ethereum will not fail. Like, all the DeFi is on Ethereum, and a serious DeFi project would never go, for me, in another chain than Ethereum, at least to start, and then maybe look at some layer twos or maybe other options like Solana or other layer ones. But first is Ethereum, because this is where there is the money for that.
Is that why I read all over Twitter ZK is the end game?
Yeah, ZK is very interesting. ZK is an innovation, kind of like blockchain. Blockchain existed before Bitcoin, and ZK was like a field of research. And it happens that some innovation were done during the last years, and in crypto we used ZK to scale Ethereum by creating rollups, like alternative to the optimist ones. But now it's used differently. For example, I'm working for Highly, and they are doing a layer one with it, and they are using it for like it's a cybersecurity innovation and it's very useful and it can fit with crypto. So I have also a lot of hopes in ZK, and it can change everything. It can change the Bitcoin Ethereum maximalist that I have. Like I'm okay to change my mind. I'm not here to have principles. I'm here to have opportunities. And if a new way of exchanging value on the internet exists and is better than Bitcoin and Ethereum, I will change. But for the moment, I'm not convinced. Not totally.
So is also ZK like a sort of like tech that makes transaction to be like private?
Yeah, it's also offer more privacy. Yeah, that's true. Because ZK is zero knowledge, so you can prove that you have something without showing the thing. It has a lot of applications, and in privacy, I'm pretty sure also like the banks are not using it for now, but they are using zero trust or other cryptography name things like elements. But ZK proofs will come to banks and the institutionals too, with crypto or without it. I'm pretty sure.
I'm curious, what did you study and how did you end up in crypto? Why?
Yeah, I did like very classical. I have a very classical background for people that are born next to Paris in a good family. Like I did 2 years of prepa school and then a business school for 3 years. But I wanted to be an entrepreneur for a long time, like my 17. So I was looking for opportunities. And for my studies, I went to Morocco, and I finally stayed there for 3 years and a half, and I did drama teacher, like all the artistic things. Almost, I did also a fashion school, like a modelist and like a haute couture school to know how to sew and everything. So I did really like several years of. I don't want to work in a normal work, like I don't want to do that. And then I met a guy and we did a cannabis company, legal one, like half like with CBD and with Spain where it was partially legal. And some people wanted to pay us in Bitcoin. And it was also the moment of the crash of cryptocurrencies because of the COVID. So like our attention stopped on that, and finally, when we separate and when the business stopped together, I said to myself, okay, I have a little money, I have 1 year of reserve, I'm gonna go full full crypto. So I started trading. Was a catastrophe. I lost a lot of money on Binance. Like daily trading was horrible. And I started to post on LinkedIn about what, like my first post was about OpenGem. That was named at that time Art for All. And it was like a tool to learn about NFTs, if they were really decentralized or not. Like if the will you lose the image or not? Like that was the question, and it was so interesting. So I posted about it on LinkedIn, and I saw some contacts like saying, "Oh, that's interesting. That's cool. I've got some like some impressions and engagement." So I started doing it like every day, and then I did some videos, and then like I was more on X, Twitter. It was called Twitter, and then I don't know. It was very surprising. You know that since then I never had the same engagement than since the first time I talked about crypto. Like my first 3 months of talking about crypto was the one I was the most famous.
Yeah,
Like everybody was talking about that, and I was like, I don't understand. And now I never had the same engagement on my post
and
since
why
then.
do you think that you don't have the same engagement? Do you think because the hype is gone? Because I remember, I think it was in 21 or 22, exactly when it was like kind of the hype of NFTs. I made a TikTok video, like a really dumb one, where I just talked like maybe a few seconds about NFTs, and it got like 10K views. It was like my most successful video, and after that, I never got the same engagement.
Yeah, I think so. I think that for since 2021, 2022, we are just selling to each other. Like for me, we are not really in a bull market. Like it's not. The adoption is not running really. It's the institutional adoption maybe. So that's why it takes time, and that's why there are a lot of down and up, and but it's less like no one is talking to me about crypto outside of crypto since 2022, where everyone was talking to me about that. Like I
Yeah.
never had the same feeling than um yeah than 2022.
But also, I feel like, tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like your audience, when I first discovered you, was maybe more French, right? And then it became more international with your new project that you can tell us more soon. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's also when I started, it was in French, and obviously now I still have a part, like on LinkedIn, for example, a big part of my community is still French, and for 2 years now I'm posting in English, and I have low engagement also because French people, they are not commenting when it's in English, so that's the reason. But I did that to make money with crypto, because that was fine being like a small micro influencer in French. But first, I was very bothered, like annoyed because of men, clearly. And I'm not politically aligned with 80% of the city in France. So now I have still a part of my community that is French, some lefties, but I talk with them in private and not in public. And in English, I started yeah, for 2 years now to post only in English what I consider as really public and what is my business. Because even if I have a lot of clients that are French crypto projects, all of my clients are they want to be global. Like the team is maybe French, or a part of the team is French, but they don't want to address the French market. So I have to speak in English to make them hire me. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that that's actually a good strategy because, as you said, there was a hype in the crypto space, and I feel like nowadays, I don't see that many French people. I feel like the French community is really small.
Mm.
So, yeah, if you want to find opportunities, I feel like going international is definitely the way. Because, like, even you're also on Farcaster. I mean, everyone speaks English, even though there's people from Europe, Africa. Like, everyone has to, at some point, speak the language if they want to monetize. I rarely see anyone posting in French or creating content in French on these platforms. Maybe later it's going to happen, but I feel like now if you want to reach like clients, you have to switch to international. So I think it's a really good strategy.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like English that has been chosen as the international language. So that's it.
exactly. And so you have that project called Crypto Taboo. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, Crypto Taboo is the continuation of what I did before. Like when I started, as I said just before, I didn't want it to be a micro influencer because I didn't want to scam on my community. To be honest, like I and also I think, and I was already saying that in 2022, like the influencer model is dead. And it is. Like we saw even in the French community when Booba started uh, to harass some influencers, and we see, like I saw the price of the KOLs, they are really down now. Like it's not how you sell a crypto project and anything else, by the way. Like it's more co-branding now. So you have to get a strong brand yourself, so it's not really being an influencer, and you will not be paid to do ads on your account. So I was like, okay, now I can do some very viral posts on socials. I'm gonna sell this as a freelancer. So I started as a freelancer for Paris Blockchain Week to sell my services, just posting for them, and also to create growth hacks and make it visible on socials. And then I worried a little, adding some marketing strategies and everything. And finally, I decided to create my company 1 year ago, like 1 year and a half, 1 year and 2 months ago, because I was working with some freelancers very frequently, and it was really easier to start building a brand For the moment, a lot of clients, they are still considering that I'm alone. Like they can't understand that. I have a team, but it's Agathe and her team. Uh, but because for the moment, yeah, I'm kind of the only one leading the company, but I hope it will change. My goal is really to be able to have a team, to build this team. And I think in the end, I don't want to have a marketing agency. This is just my way of staying, survive, making money in crypto, keep on meeting people and having building a good team. And but I have other ambitions. I would like to be a builder in crypto, but I need more like legitimacy, more proof of my experience. And it's the best way to compound all experience to have a company that is working, that is running, that is making profit and everything. So, yeah.
And so you also said something about KOLs, and you said that project don't necessarily need KOLs to sell their products or services.
Yeah, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think it's still good to have some like the KOLs that are media, that are building their audience as a media. It can it it can still be a good idea because it's like doing PR. In fact, it's not very different. Or if they really have a strong brand, it's kind of co-branding. You associate your brand with another person that is very influential. But I'm not seeing any more companies like listing and spreading money to each like the most KOLs as possible, like it was maybe 1 or 2 years before. And I think that's a great thing because it was not a good idea. Clearly, it's devaluating your brand a little. It's better to have really some niche content creators building the brand with you. It's really better to do that. I know that it can feel like very marketing bullshit to say that, like it's nuances, but it's not. In terms of strategy, if you see inside like the reflection and all, if you have in front all the methodology, you can understand that it's not the same than just spreading a Google Doc to 10 different KOLs and pay them to post. It's really different.
Yeah, I see your point. I think that um, just like paying KOLs that have nothing to do with like your, I don't know, your vision or, just people online that have like numbers, like lots of followers, maybe that are also farming engagement. Cause like, I mean, a lot of people online, I feel who have like hundreds of thousands of followers, these KOLs, I also feel like they farm a lot of engagement because the only comments that they have under their posts is like, hi, cool, bye. It's like, that's not real engagement, right? So companies or projects need to select better the people they work with for sure.
Yeah, I really think that's what I said just before, co-branding. So they look at your brand and they want to associate their brand to you. And it's a process. Like so if you're a content creator and you want to be paid to post about some project, I would really recommend that, like having a very strong brand, even if it's saying no to like it's putting you apart from some projects. And you don't know because if you can really exploit a niche a lot or a fan concept like fries a lot, and you can be associated to Coinbase just because it's fun. Like it's not because it's big and everything that is not possible. So it's a bet, and I think it's really better. Like a lot of KOLs and influencers or even content creators on socials about X, they are like you can replace them by another. Like I don't even remember the name. Crypto Bidule, crypto. I don't know. Like it's kind of boring. It's useless. I really think like having a strong a strong brand, being bold, is the better way. Is really a better way.
Yeah, I agree with you. And also, something that I really admire about you is that for me, you fit really much in the new generation of entrepreneurs, like maybe that we call more creative entrepreneurs, because you're doing everything from scratch. I mean, obviously, you're just starting off your company, so you're the one creating the content and everything. But I think it's great because then people associate you with like your project. And I think it's really important because it adds some credibility, but also it shows like how important that project is for you. What are the steps for you to build your project, and how can projects approach you?
So I have chosen this strategy of building public for many reasons. I think one of these is that I started like that. Like, to be honest, like I was just posting on social, so it was just keep on doing what I think I'm great at. So and also I think it's a good way to show what you're doing. And I am also very, it's also because of my personality. Like a big part is just because of that. I'm talking a lot about this with some friends, and the major part of my friends, they will never post about a project before it's perfect. Like they are really like making sure everything is perfect. They can be stills for 1 year, and I'm not like that. Like I don't know why. Like it has always been like that. I'm sharing the first day I have an idea, I'm sharing it. Like I can't wait. So I just learned how to do it better, because at some point when I was doing it in French, sometimes it was too much a draft. It was not giving a good image of what I'm doing. So now I'm trying to be better at that, like to manage when I announce something, to try to create to do things a little better, so it's not a draft when I share it, so it's not like so much in construction, but it is like. And the idea of doing this for the this marketing agency is it's about marketing, and what I'm selling is a lot building public. So that's also to show how it can be for them when they are working with me. And also because, as I said before, I think this company for me is like a ship, is like yeah, a boat. It's my way to build my team for bigger things later. It's my way to stay in the crypto industry and to know about it and learn about it every day by making money in the same time. It's kind of an excuse, and it's profitable, so that's fine, you know. But that's not my goal. Like I would never, like when I was young, I would never say I'm gonna have a marketing agency. Like I had to learn everything. Like I reuse some contents that I've learned at school, in business school, and I like remake it for crypto. But this was not what I wanted to do in my life. But as what I want to do in my life is working in crypto, I'm happy with that. And it's working, so I'm fine also with that. And I'm learning a lot of things about entrepreneurship by running this agency in the end. Like, I'm tested as an entrepreneur the same, not exact same way, but kind of the same way than a startup. The difference is that I don't have investment at the beginning, and I'm not raising money for the moment. But you're facing also anything that can, like maybe yourself as a content creator, you're also facing that, like having the money to go to an event, being able to invest for a specific project that can help you to scale then, or to have more clients, because scaling is maybe not the best way to say it, but like you have to manage your money, you have to manage sometimes your relationship with other person working for you, you have to manage your relationship with your clients, you have loyalty choices sometimes, you have yourself, you should respect yourself, you have also the person life and pro life balance to manage by yourself. So we are entrepreneurs, even if we are not startuppers. And I think this experience, by showing it, it's also creating trust. And the day that I want to raise money, they know that I could run a company. Maybe they don't care. That's the thing. Maybe VCs don't care about that. Maybe they're just speculating. It's possible. But I don't know. We'll see.
It's exactly this. You build trust, maybe for future VCs, but also in front of your community. Like, honestly, I trust more someone that builds in public than someone who's very silent for like months and then comes and is like, oh, that's my project. Like, okay, you've been doing a project, but where's your audience? Where's your
Mm.
community? You're going to invest a lot of money in that. And maybe you're not going to find your audience. And then VCs, the thing that sometimes makes me sad is how much like some companies can raise and use that money and it never like ends up in anything. And we are here, building in public and doing something that's kind of impactful. And maybe we don't need that much money. We would maybe need just a bit of money to maybe like grow a bit, but it's so hard to get it. And I feel like as a woman, it's even harder. And I don't know if you feel that as well, that, the fact that you're a woman building in the space, that, people give you maybe less credibility and less money at the end of the day.
Clearly, I can see that first on the statistics. Like it's done. Like we have 1 of 100 chance to get money. So I know it's almost lost. So I will have to use other paths, and that's why also I'm doing that. But I know they will not invest in my company, and if they invest in it, it will be less. So I have to build more strong things. For example, having a good community and audience so I can do crowdfunding. I don't know, but anyway, we can't do the classical playbook. We can't. No one will give us money. Like that's almost impossible. To be honest, like if you look at the statistics, even for men, being like fundraised is like you have to go to the right schools. Like everything that I did, a good school, but not enough to be in the list of the most invested people. So I'm starting very down, and I'm a woman, so I have like almost no chances. So it will be by different passes, and we have to find it, and I hope we will. But anyway, I was not so like I'm not so interested in fundraising. I like the fact to be profitable from the beginning, and sometimes having a fundraise just for an investment in particular is fine for me. And I think this is something women can do, like for a specific project inside your company, get some money because some people have interest in it. It's not going in the statistic, but I think we are good at that also, so we can do that. And as a woman, as a professional, to be to have clients, it's also very difficult for me. I know that first in marketing we are considered as like we are devaluated. They think like it's just tweeting and it's easy, but they don't want to do it because they find it too difficult. So they find any excuse to not do it, pay someone, but pay this person the less as possible. So clearly, first, and in marketing, we are a lot more women. So both is not good. And then we have the issue that I will always be seen as a freelancer. I know that. I can have a company of 20-person manager marketing agency to make them understand that I'm a boss. I know that I will have to put 10 times more effort than a man. I know that. So that's why also I build in public, because I want them to understand. I'm showing the team. I try to explain the story of the company all day long so they understand I am not a freelancer. This is not that I think that freelancers are not good. It's just that they are using this as a negotiation. They are using it to lower my fees, clearly. And when you show that you are a boss, you have a team, you can be better at negotiation. And also people are starting talking to you very badly, because even women, they talk not the right way to other women. They think they are inferior to them. Clearly, sometimes I have to say, you know what, I am helping you, I'm the CEO, normally it's my team who is doing that, like, so you send me the doc or it's not possible. I have to do some things like that very harsh, because I think other women that are sometimes in some crypto companies that are in New York, living in New York, they think I am just a girl. I am just a girl. That's true, but you too. So calm down. And I'm also the boss of a marketing agency, and I'm going to sign this contract. So yeah, I have to do a lot of those things clearly, and it's unfair. It's unfair, but we do it.
Yeah, but I think it's very inspiring for you to share that. And it's very important because, I can relate to you, and I'm sure like many other girls can relate to you. And that's something I love, because I noticed like since like a few months, I feel like you've been sharing more and more of like the behind the scenes of your company, and trying to get like people's feedback. And I love that because I can connect with you even more than before. And I think there's like, I wouldn't say many, but I think there's a few women in the space and on Farcaster that, really get inspired by this kind of content. And I think that you should continue. And also, as you said, like maybe you don't want to get VCs, but maybe you would be interested later in like crowdfunding and these kind of things. And what I love on Farcaster is that there's a lot of opportunities for anyone who's building anything. For example, like recently there was the Octant retroactive grant. And you could just say what you've done that benefited Farcaster in a way, and you would just earn ETH. And I saw like everyone who applied mostly earned at least like $200 or something. Some people earned like more, like thousands. But I think like that's just one way to monetize. And I see a lot of people like crowdfunding for any type of thing, and people put money. So I think that Farcaster is a great social platform to be on at the moment if you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I love Farcaster. That's really my safe place. This is where I post the most like intimate private content, maybe more in some Telegram groups, to be honest, where I'm trolling and doing some funny things. But yeah, this is where I'm the most true with what I'm doing and what I'm living, and I needed that space clearly. So now when I started on Farcaster, I think it was 1 year ago, but at the moment I was more engaged and I was not on X at all. So that's why I connected to some people. And now I feel better to come back to X, where I hate people there, clearly. But I feel like supported because I have my Farcaster community. So I'm really happy. I love this space. You can try many different things. I'm not into tipping and like any related to money projects because I don't have the time. That's
Mhm.
just the reason why. Sometimes I'm just testing something, but I don't go further because I don't have the time and I need to focus on my own business. But I can understand that for content creators, it's a good source of rewards and sometimes revenue. And I hope you will make it, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, and what you're saying is also very valid. Like I feel like when you're starting a business or when you just have a business, you don't necessarily have time to spend so much time on social media. I do it because I feel like that's really part of like my building my brand. I have to be there, but also like I want to ask you because I struggle so much with self-confidence when it comes to, for example, reaching out to a project to ask them like if they want to collaborate, if they want to work together. Because I feel like, as a woman, sometimes I feel like it's hard to see your value because people never want to see your value. It's like, yeah, you're a woman, you're just doing this. As you said, like people don't even understand that you have an LLC, for example, and they think you're a freelancer just maybe because you're a young woman and you're not surrounded by three other co-founders that are men or whatever. So what are your tips or advices for women who want to reach out to projects and get the money in and feel confident about themselves when they do it?
Yeah, that's a difficult question. I have one, but I will say it at the end. I think what I did myself to get that confidence is that I'm going a lot in some groups and connecting with maybe one or two people there with who I will have sometimes private exchanges like DMs. We are talking. And so I create connections of people that I think I can trust. Sometimes it was not the case, but usually it is. And so when I'm going on some groups, I have more confidence because I know that I'm supported even if I say something wrong. But the main thing that I did was not good, but maybe it will work for other ones, is I'm trolling a lot. I'm trolling so much. So I've learned how to be confident in crypto because at first I was only going to troll. So it was really better then to be normal, and people were like happy to see that I was a real person and that I was just not trolling. But that's not the best advice to sell then, because I had to rebrand totally after that because it was like not good for the business. So I'd say like having a safe place, having some groups where you have supporters, where you can be yourself and say, I'm very anxious today. I'm going to outreach 10%, help me, give me a last moment in advice. And then you just do it. You do it. And then the time after, it's easier. And I'd say also, um, shoot, I lost the one I wanted to say at the end. I should have written it. I think it's also like, oh yeah, I got it. I seen that on TikTok. It was a woman. She had pink hair also, but really more than me, like really blonde and very long, pink hair. And she was funny, by the way. And I don't know in which industry she is, but she said, "Today you're gonna do something very nasty." Like very bad, that is like too bold for you, that is not recommended. And I bookmarked this TikTok, and I'm trying to do it every day. So every day, even in business, I'm trying to push a little more in my interest things, and to be a little maybe harsh with someone, to say things very clear, maybe not being nice. Like, I'm not saying that you should be a mean girl, because I don't want to be a mean girl. It's just that once per day, maybe you should, so you can see that like 95% of the case it's accepted, because finally it was not so mean. Finally, it's just that you think like women, we are shrinking ourselves. We are putting us lower than we are already. So sometimes doing something that we think is not allowed finally is allowed. you know? And so you just do it and you push yourself, and you will discover that you have more power than you thought, and that you're better than you thought. I really think like that's the advice that I'm taking for January now, and that is helping me a lot.
Do you have any, like maybe one project or one person in crypto that really inspires you every day?
I'm gonna do a pass day to Abigail, because Abigail is working with me for Highly. We are like they weren't able to choose between her or me, so they choose me for the social media management part and her for the brand and more global aspects. So we are working in duo for this client, and I like her. Like, it's so like, I think it's the start of a great professional relationship and maybe friendship. Like, we are in perfect harmony. Like, we don't have to talk too much. Everything is going fine. And I think she likes the fact that I have the agency. And me, I like the fact that she's very much more integrated to the marketing crypto field and everything. Like, she knows a lot of people and she knows a lot of projects. And I find this inspiring, because it's like we are we are doing together this thing, and we are different with different backgrounds, but it feels so fluid. So I would say her, because she's a great marketer, and she will succeed, I'm pretty sure.
And I mean, it was like really amazing having you in, the body in me. Everything you said was really inspiring. And I think that you really have that like simplicity when you explain things. And so I really encourage you to make like more video content because it's amazing. Before we end, I just want to ask like, what are the next steps for your next 6 months? What are you going to do? What's going to happen with your project?
Yeah, there is a lot because there is the ETHCC. So I developed one part of my marketing agency is now focusing only on organizing side events. So it's a new activity that I'm adding to my agency, and it has to be profitable. I hope so. So there is ETHCC that is a big milestone for me to see if it works. Because maybe if it works, I will do it again for other events and everything. And there is also my YouTube channel because I invested a lot of money and time to create those videos about marketing and crypto. I'm really happy about the result. Like that's the first time I'm proud of a video. Like it feels so great to be proud of something. Like so I don't want it to be like I'm not expecting it to be very famous or something like that. I just want it to help a lot of people and get sometimes some feedback like, oh, I like your videos, and I will be fine. Like really this is it. So that's the two main things. And then I think in summer I will look for other opportunities or develop this side event activity. It depends, but summer will be a long summer of reflection, and so I think I will be a lot on Farcaster to ask a lot of feedback and to share about like the behind the scene, obviously.
All that sounds really amazing. So I guess the best is for people to just subscribe to your YouTube channel as well and
Yeah.
for like the new videos all the time. Thank you so much for your time, Agathe.
Thanks a lot, Jesse. And you can be proud about what you're doing. It's very, very like I love everything. Fries, but
Thank you.
you also. Even without fries, I like you. You
Thank
know.
you so much. That's so sweet.